Ever since the fall of Adam, human beings, mainly the people of color, have died mentally under the influence of the Caucasian world. Come on. Did you get hit in the head? Something happened to your head. What do you mean something happened to my head? Are you the ancient builders of civilization? Have you read about the history of your people? The origin of civilization starting with black people? Come on, come on. Do you believe it? You do? What's the sign that it is true? Barack Obama accepted the oath of office standing on the steps of the Capitol, built by, he's now living in the White House, built by, how in the hell could you build that? And build the mansions in the South for the slave master and teach the white woman how to cook and dress her in silk and satin while you were in burlap. If you didn't know the art and the culture of civilized people, but what happened to you?
Family, we as the black folks all over the world, and especially black folks in America, have been deprived of knowledge. We have been deprived of wisdom, understanding, life, liberty, freedom, justice, equality, building a home for ourselves, brotherly love amongst ourselves as a people. The black folk has gone through enough. And right now we are saying enough is enough. To speak to us today, in today's video, is Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan has been so vocal in regards to ensuring that black folks are able to gain freedom, that black folks are able to be empowered, that black folks are able to become a powerhouse, that we may be able, to get our life back. We may be able not to be deprived of wisdom, knowledge, understanding. He tries to perpetuate words of wisdom amongst black folks all over the world. And in today's video, Louis Farrakhan tries to lecture and to foster and just to make black folks all over the world know that we can be knowledgeable. Enough is enough with the lies. He tries to speak against the white supremacists. In this specific video, black folks will learn a lot. I want you all to watch this video. Once it's done, we will get back and do a critical analysis about the same. Let's listen to this video carefully, guys.
So you and I and we, the darker people of the world, have to be raised. See, you say I'm Mexican. Okay, that's a name you call yourself. Who's ruling Mexico? It's not the Mexican that is descended from the black and the Indian, is it? Who rules? Who rules in Colombia, in much of South America? You see them from Argentina. Now we have in Bolivia, Evo Morales. He's of the indigenous people. We have in Venezuela, Hugo Chavez. See? You have now the original rising, but they're rising against white world supremacy. me. If I'm speaking the truth and you know it is the truth, then don't get upset. You see. Now, I want to make a few quick points, because from the Genesis it talks about the coming of the Son of Man. The Quran does not use that language. The Bible does. Son of Man. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be at the coming of Son of Man. When Sodom and Gomorrah, a homosexual twin city in the Middle East, was destroyed by God, the scripture says, as it was in the days of Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah, so shall it be at the coming of the Son of Man. We're looking at a future time now, but a time when just the condition that caused God's destruction of the wicked in the days of Noah and Lot, that will be present in the world when the Son of Man comes. How was it during the days of Noah? The Bible says every imagination of the heart was continually to do evil. How was it in the days of Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah? The people had turned the natural use into something unnatural. So the Quran asks the question, what is this? That's God asking the question. What is this? A man coming to another man with lust in his heart as he should the female. Now look at our world. The world in which we live. The world that is not of God. Our little girls are falling on each other. Our boys the same. Just above. It can't interfere with this light, that's for sure. Are you all right? I am too. Now, the Son of Man is coming. In the 24th chapter of Matthew, it gives you his direction. He's coming out of the east, even unto the west. Those of you who are high masons and shriners, see, the worshipful master, where does he sit? In the east. But he's facing the west. What's in the west? In the north country. It's a master architect that was hit in the head by some evildoers and is buried in a shallow grave. So Matthew says, as lightning shines from the east even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, a dead person, the body of a once great and living people, there shall the eagles be, and they've picked his flesh. And Ezekiel sees us as now dried bones in the valley. Would it disturb you to know that you are the virgin, that a great son is going to come out of you? You only think of a virgin as a female that has never been touched sexually by a man. But a virgin is also a people that have never had a true connection to God. And, and the Holy Ghost shall come upon her. And she will be conceived of a child whose name shall be called Jesus. You are the people. And it is that God would visit you under the title Son of Man. How did he become a son of man? Ever since the fall of Adam, human beings, mainly the people of color, have died mentally under the influence of the Caucasian world. Come on. Did you get hit in the head? Something happened to your head. What do you mean something happened to my head? Are you the ancient builders of civilization? Have you read about the history of your people? The origin of civilization starting with black people? Come on, come on. Do you believe it? You do? Where's the sign that it is true? Barack Obama accepted the oath of office standing on the steps of the Capitol, built by, he's now living in the White House, built by, how in the hell could you build that? And build the mansions in the South for the slave master, and teach the white woman how to cook, and dress her in silk and satin while you were in burlap. If you didn't know the art and the culture of civilized people, but what happened to you? You have been put to death, so you have eyes, but you don't see. You have ears, but we don't hear. We have a tongue. We can't speak because we have not heard. because we do not see. This Jesus, when he comes, he opens the eyes. See, just your being here, the few minutes that you've been here, eyes coming open now, come on. And I watch you. You have been listening. Your ears. Oh, you would like to sleep, I know, but you're kind of wide awake. You're hearing. And that means you'll soon be speaking what you're hearing. The blind, the deaf, and the dumb, and a man who's living on a horizontal level. See? You are just like the corpse that's in the funeral parlor. Somebody dresses it, somebody washes it, it don't wash itself. Somebody moves it because it can't move. That's the way we are. You didn't dress yourself. Somebody somewhere in the world made these clothes as though we can't tailor, as though the cotton that we picked can't grow for us, that we could turn it into lint and cloth and make our own garments, as though the cow can't give us its hide that we can fix our shoes, though it was a black man who revolutionized the shoe industry. Look at yourself. You once were a builder, and now you're a beggar looking to the white man to do for you what you could get up and do for yourself. Now, he's the Son of Man because ever since we've been down, we've been longing to get back up. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that whatever nature desires for us that we are deprived of, soon the nature, the law of nature, will bring forth from the womb of a woman a child born to satisfy a natural need that we have been deprived of. What have we been deprived of? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, life, liberty, the true suit of happiness, freedom, justice, equality, building a home for yourself, family life, brotherly love among us as a people. We've been deprived of all of that. And you do long for that. You long to see yourself in a position that you can dream of, but you haven't actualized it. So when Brother Barack rose and said he wanted to run the house, I mean, I was one of the doubters. Not that he ain't qualified. I said, some of you will say, oh, I knew he was going to be president. Yeah, right. If you know this world like we who've been in it long enough know it, we didn't believe that our brother was going to make it. But he made it, didn't he? How did you feel? I mean, just be honest. How did you feel when you woke up or went to sleep the night of the 4th of November and we watched that TV and the votes were coming in. And at about 11 o'clock, Barack Hussein Obama, notice the name, not Jim Dandy, Harry McGillicuddy, John Jones, Lucius Jackson, but Barack Hussein Obama, 44th President of the United States of America. I'm sitting at the TV, me and Khadijah. I look at our people, I see you rejoicing, and I'm crying because I love you and I want to see you lifted. And when I see that Barack has lifted you from where you were to where you are and given you hope and possibility, I weep for joy because I know this is a genie that can't be put back in the bottle again. We're on the move now. We're on the rise now. Respite me till the day when they are raised. Now you're being raised degree by degree. And the end of their world is here now. So last Sunday I said Barack Obama inherited the fall of America. He inherited the collapse of her institutions. He inherited the end of her world. Now, there's some work for us to do. Last week, I talked about the international bankers and how they plotted against America from Europe. The Rothschilds, the Warburgs, some of these that have recently collapsed, their fathers, international bankers. You may not have known it, but it's against the Constitution for anybody to print or coin or mint the money of the United States of America except the U.S. Congress. But these international bankers with some treasonous senators on Jekyll Island off the coast of Georgia plotted and set up the Federal Reserve Act. And on December the 23rd, 1913, a law was passed in Congress that violated the Constitution, that gave international banking families the right to print the money that you have in your pocket. I have a document that shows how America got from 1 billion $400 million in debt in 1913 to now $65.5 trillion in debt. Listen to this. How many of you own your home or are buying your home? Would you raise your hands, please? Okay. Did you know that the debt of America is more than the value of every building that is on 3,000 by 2,000 square miles called the United States of America? As I said last week, right now the FBI building is up for sale. The Drug Enforcement Agency has already been sold. And what others are doing, foreign companies buying up taxpayer dollar buildings and leasing them back to the government. America is broke. Very, very broke.
Fam, I am yet to see somebody who sacrificed his life in ministry like Louis Farrakhan did. I understand right now he's aging, and nowadays he does not do a lot of speeches like he did during his prime days. But whatever he taught people are still with us till date. That's why I am posting this video of Louis Farrakhan speaking about the Caucasian and how they've made life so hard for black folk all over the world. In this specific video, he starts by saying he doesn't want anybody to get upset when he speaks about the truth, because he says the truth shall set him free. Look at our world today. The world we live in is not of God. Those are his starting words. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. When Sodom and Gomorrah, in the homosexual twin city in the Middle East, was destroyed by God. You know, this city was destroyed by God because of the acts of people. Homosexuality in the twin city in the Middle East. It was in those days, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. The Son of Man is Jesus Christ. He says, what happened during those days of Noah? Remember when Noah built the ark? The wrath that God gave people through the flood. What happened in this twin city during the days of Sodom and Gomorrah will happen in the modern world if we continue doing things the way we are doing them today. The same destruction will be present in the world when the Son of Man comes, when Jesus comes back. During the times of Noah, every imagination of the heart was continuously to do evil. Imagine if everybody's heart, the only thing that we think about is nothing but do evil. In the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, the people had turned the natural use to something unnatural. You know, man and woman were made to come together, but during the times of Sodom and Gomorrah, it was turning into unnatural things only. Look at our world now. Our little girls are falling on each other. Our boys are the same. These are the days of fighting for the rights of gays and homosexuals. You know, the LGBTQ thing. Look at our world now. Our little girls are falling on each other. Our boys the same. God will visit us under the title Son of Man, and he will become a son of man. Ever since the fall of Adam, human beings, mainly people of color, have died mentally under the influence of the Caucasian world. And this is where the main problem is. The white supremacists lie to black folks. You know, they lie to us about our history. They lie to us about religion. And that way, they were able to manipulate us. I repeat again, he says that we were able, like we have died mentally under the influence of the Caucasian world. The Caucasian man has always been so wise, especially the white supremacists, trying to rule black folks, trying to make black folks feel inferior. You know, they actually managed to make us die mentally. Louis Farrakhan proceeds to ask black folks a question. Now that the Caucasian have taken over our minds, are we the ancient builders of civilization? Are black folks the ancient builders of civilization like we always were? Have you read about the history of our people? Do you know about our forefathers? Do you know what they did? Do you know they introduced industrialization? From our forefathers, civilization came. The origin of civilization starting with black people, do you know it? Do you even believe it? Louis Farrakhan was asking this question to his audience because of the way that they have taken captive of black folks mentally, the Caucasians. You know, do you even believe that we are the origin of civilization? He proceeds to give an example of Barack Obama. When Barack Obama accepted the oath of office, standing on the steps of the Capitol built by Caucasians, he lived in the White House built by Caucasians. When Barack Obama was announced as the President of the United States of America, it was wild. Everywhere, all over the world, people were in celebration, especially black folks, because they now knew that finally a black man has stepped onto the biggest stage, that a black man will be able to save us, that a black man will be able to push the grievances that black folks have always had over the years. Since the days of slavery, colonialism, you know, we knew that at this timing, Barack Obama has taken office, that now things will become straight for black folks. That the problems of racism, the problems of discrimination shall have come to an end. But family, that was not the case. He stepped an oath, you know, in the steps of the Caucasians. If you did not know, the culture of civilized people started with the black folks. What happened to us? What happened to Obama when he took oath of office? From the culture of civilized people started with us. From what happened to Barack Obama when he stepped foot to the White House? You have been put to death. You know, these are the words of Louis Farrakhan. You have eyes, but you don't see. Ears, but you don't hear. Tongue, but we can't speak. Because we haven't heard, because we don't see. When Jesus comes, he opens the eye. I hope your ears hear. That also means you'll soon speak what you're hearing. Look at yourselves, black folks. You were once a builder and now you're a beggar. Looking into the white man to do for you what you could have done for yourselves. We were builders. We were innovative people. But right now we are looking at the Caucasian. We are looking at the white man to do things that our forefathers were able to do. Our forefathers introduced these machineries. They introduced industrialization. Civilization came from them. But right now what you can do is sit down and wait and see what the Caucasians are doing. Things we knew how to do. We are taking a wrong direction as black folks. It's time that we regain our position. It's time that we stop the analogy that has been perpetuated, that has been installed in our minds and made us captive in our minds, made us die mentally, that we are inferior. Those were the lies of the white supremacists in the quest of ensuring that they take full control of black people and their resources. When the Americas were being discovered by Christopher Columbus, which has always been a lie, when Christopher Columbus saw us, the black folks, saw the resources we had, that is when they started having imperialist ideas. They started having ideas of taking us as captives, ensuring that we work for them. take our resources. It's time that now we change the narrative as black folks. It's time that right now we change the story. It's time that we say enough is enough. It's time that now we just wake up, and regain our positions. Look at ourselves. We were once builders and now we are beggars looking at white men to do for us what we could have done for ourselves. He is the Son of Man because ever since we've been down, we've been longing to come up. We have been deprived of knowledge. We have been deprived of wisdom, understanding, life, liberty, freedom, justice, equality, building a home for ourselves, brotherly love amongst ourselves as a people. Fam, it's time that we change the narrative. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly do consider subscribing to my channel for amazing works in regards to our history as black folks. It's time that now we change the narrative. It's time that now we just think about ourselves and grow ourselves. It's time that we give that black man and woman an opportunity in our businesses. It's time that we think about ourselves and grow ourselves, because enough is enough, guys. Kindly like this video so that it can be recommended to other YouTube users. You can as well comment down below. Let me know what you think about this specific video by Farrakhan. Guys, thank you so much. And guys, last but not least, kindly do consider subscribing to this channel. Thank you and see you all in my next episode. Goodbye.